What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of F.A.W.B. I'm your host, Naughty Nate. For those of you that don't know, this is a podcast all about martial arts, man. And, I like to interview people that have experience in martial arts, whether it be, traditional or sport orientated. I just want to hear how martial arts has really impacted your life and how you utilize it, really. Tonight's episode is sponsored by Brian the Horn Schumerhorn. He's been an ongoing sponsor of us now for what was 2 months. And man, I couldn't be more thankful. It really does help keep the podcast going. I highly appreciate it. Brian's going to be competing at the ADCC Open in Austin, Texas on November 9th. So if you'd like to follow Brian's journey, which I highly recommend you go and do, guys. I mean, the man's always active on the scene. He does a lot of really awesome matches. I'm going to leave his Instagram here in the comments. Be sure to head on over there and give him a follow. Okay, guys? Let me do this real quick. Where's that? There we go. And head on over there and give Brian a follow, guys, and check out his journey. Also, if you'd like to become a sponsor on F.A.W.B, shoot me a text, guys. I mean, we're always here to help promote what your journey is doing. You know, like I said, whether it's in competition or if you have a business out there and you're like, we can help kind of get the name out. Reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk with you. Tonight's episode is freaking awesome, guys. I was able to land the 145 Scrapyard MMA champ, Nick Pifer. What's up, brother?
Naughty Nate, what's up, brother?
Oh, just chilling. I got done with I just got home from open mat, man. We had like 20 guys there tonight. I'm pushing 40, bro. I'm 38. And these guys that keep showing up at the gym, it seems like they get younger and faster and they got all this damn energy. And I'm just like, survive. I'm just trying to survive in there, bro. So tonight felt like that.
You need one of these, bro. That's it.
Yeah, no shit, man. I got to chug one right before I train. And it's
off the walls.
Yeah, that's the only thing that keeps me going, man. So what have you been up to?
Oh, man. Balancing life, trying to find balance, being a fighter and being a father and working, trying to fit everything into this schedule. And there's just not enough time in the day, I feel like, man.
Oh, I feel that, bro. Shit. Yeah, finding that perfect balance is so rare. And it, like you said, that in itself is like a job, and things are always popping up. That's what I always tell my guys too. Like it's not about just showing up and performing. Like everything has to kind of fall in place for you to kind of really be successful in this sport. You got to have the right support around you. You got to be able to have the right finances. You can't let birthdays get in the way. And that's super hard when, like you said, you're a father, right? So your kids come first. And sometimes you got to make those hard sacrifices in order to really pursue your dreams, and that can be really difficult to do, man. Have you had to come across anything in your career so far that you've had to be like, dang, man, I really gotta sacrifice this activity to go train or something?
Dude, my job was trying to work me to death. Like I didn't have any time to train or nothing, and I just had to put a restriction on my schedule so I could get like at least three or 4 days of training in. And, once that got approved, dude, my life got a lot better. I could train. I'm working enough, but not too much. It's good. It's good, man. Being able to train a few days a week at least. Shoot.
Heck yeah. No, I love hearing that, man. And that to me tells me a lot right there, because you're making this not just something like an activity you do. You're making this a lifestyle. Like
that's right.
I tried to do the same thing where everything in my life revolves around this activity, so I got to schedule like social events, doctor's appointments, work, whatever. It all scheduled around my training, because I know that that needs to be, you know, the top tier in order for me to be able to go out there and perform the way that I need to be able to perform, or feel like I need to be able to perform.
That's right.
Hell yeah. So,
You know,
uh, can I get into a little bit of your origin story, bro? Like every fighter has one. I want to hear yours. What got you into martial arts, and what made you want to, you know, pursue the combat sport life? And yeah, tell us that.
yeah, I guess it all started out back in Indiana when I was like 5 years old. I had a couple. Well, I still have older brothers, but my older brothers, you know, they were wild. So I was always getting hurt and shit. And then they started watching the UFC, and I started watching UFC too, and really thought it was some cool shit. And for some reason, in the back of my head, I always thought, I think I'd be a good fighter. And I didn't want to do fighting. I was talking about this in my fight at the end because I didn't want to break my nose, right? But I got my
Mm-hmm.
nose broken. So I was like, fuck it, dude. My nose is broken. Let's fight now. If I gets broken again, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have any plans on actually going for it. But my friend Cody Sheldon, he was like, dude, there's this thing called Street Beef Scrapyard. I just did a fight there. I think you'd be really good at it. And me and him both went there in October of 2023. That's when I fought the Jewish Hammer and got that first knockout, dude. Oof.
That was good, man.
Yeah,
That was awesome. And he's a tough opponent too.
dude, he was kicking my ass. I was taking kicks to the head. He was lighting me up with his fist. Shit, and I was in the last few seconds of the fight too, so I really needed that knockout.
Mhm.
Man, that was crazy.
What was kind of like going through your head, you know, showing up at the yard, kind of finally being at the event, signing up for a match? Like, what were you thinking? That pre-match, I feel like the pre-match anticipation is always the worst.
Yeah, actually, I feel like the time leading up to the fight is actually harder than the actual fight itself because whether it's months or weeks, you have all this stress building up inside of you and you have to handle it somehow. And like you're at the scrapyard and you're about to be in the cage and you're like thinking of all the worst possibilities and your mind's trying to psych you out and you're trying to keep it together, and tell yourself you're going to come out on top and just deny all those negative thoughts in your head and just step in there and believe in yourself, man, really.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Is there anything
that's
that helps you? Like, do you listen to music, or is there like any kind of like place you go to in your head, like your happy place? You ever see that movie Happy Gilmore, where you kind of
oh
like
yeah,
go to
oh yeah.
his happy place? Do you have anything like that going on, or are you just sitting there being like, okay, I'm another second closer. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
There are certain songs that put me in a certain mindset, but in the last few fights, I haven't been listening to music. I've just been going in there, with as calm as I can be, stoic as possible. But what really helps me in there is thinking about, everybody's ever done anything for me, like my parents or my friends, my family. I just go in there thinking about them and how I can give back to them. And, when I'm fighting, I feel like that's how somehow someday that's how I'm going to do it. And I don't know. I just want to make my
Yeah.
family proud, dude. Just hold it down for my family.
Mhm.
Shit.
And martial arts, I mean, it's a great way to express yourself. I mean, we're talking about that earlier, man. I mean, I always feel like martial arts is one of these activities where it's there's a lot of truth in it. It's hard for you to lie when you're out there, you know. So it's body art, it's self expression. You're showing who you are. You're showing your heart, your determination, you know, that will you have, because there are certain times in every match where you're like, hey, I can just quit right now. Like you get hit hard, you find yourself in a bad position where the guy's like pressuring you, or you find yourself the guy has your back or something. I mean, any of those moments happening in a match, you can quit. So what kind of goes through your head at that point where you're like, bro, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep going. What pushes you forward?
All right. I'll start off in my first fight with the Jewish Hammer. The first round, man, he did like a feint, and then I dropped my hand and he kicked me right in the head. Just ate a clean kick. And right there, dude, it was the first time I ever really been rocked. And I felt like I astral projected through the fucking universe, bro, and then back into my body. And I had this blind spot in my left eye, and my head was just ringing. Oh, I knew I could quit, but I don't know. There's something in me didn't care about the pain or anything. I just wanted to keep going and just not quit. There's just something that, yeah, I just can't quit, dude. I don't know what it
Mhm.
is. Just this hunger to win. I don't know. I can't lose, dude.
Yeah,
Can't
it
accept.
might be that younger brother thing, man. You might need to contribute, tribute your older brothers for kind of beating that into you to where you're like, hey, man, I've been through a beating before. I can handle this shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just can't accept defeat, bro. I think that would hurt more than being kicked in the head. Like, yeah, it hurts in the moment, but what hurts more in the long run is taking that L. And as long as I'm still breathing, bro, I'm gonna be fighting you. So you gotta kill me if you want to. You gotta really put me out.
You're gonna have to
Shit.
kill me. Spoken like a true blue belt, bro. I love that. Yeah, and that's one of the things too. How do you think your jujitsu? Do you feel like that gives you the advantage at the yard? Because
Oh, definitely.
at the scrap, you're traditionally trained. I mean, you actually go to a gym, Impact Jiu-Jitsu. They're very well known, and they're a fantastic gym right there out of Hillsboro. How has the jujitsu helped you in your matches?
Yeah, back to the first fight, man. And that first fight, I didn't have any jujitsu, so it's surely kickboxing. And after that fight, I started going to Impact Jiu-Jitsu and shit, bro. The first fight I was supposed to do MMA, but the Jewish Hammer didn't want to do MMA. So
Hmm.
the second fight, I was for sure doing MMA with whoever was down to throw hands. But in that fight, the second fight, the first MMA fight I did, Jiu-Jitsu really, in every fight I've had, Jiu-Jitsu has saved my ass, dude. It really has. Like, let's say the guy's just throwing hands. I'm able to duck a punch and get him on the ground somehow, get somewhere dominant and safe for me where I'm not taking any damage, and perhaps I could get a submission or some ground and pound.
Hmm.
So, like, the best strikers, man, if they don't know what the fuck they're doing on the ground, I could take them all out. Jiu-jitsu is really one of the
Yeah.
most powerful things on the planet, bro. Were you guys doing no gi tonight, or were you doing gi?
Yeah, we're doing no gi tonight. We do gi on we'll do gi tomorrow at 11.
Bro, I gotta get up there and come train with you guys at least once. Shit,
Hell yeah, bro. Come through. Come through on a Friday. We had like 20 guys there tonight. And we just Friday you show up and we just do rounds. So it'd
bro.
be a great time for you to come through and just get some extra training in. Bring your
You
buddies.
are you a black belt?
Me?
Or,
No,
yeah.
I'm a white belt, bro.
No,
Forever a
you
white
white
belt,
forever
dog.
white. I thought I saw that.
Forever a white belt, dog. That's me.
I
Come
didn't believe that. I
on.
didn't believe that.
Come on. I'm a white
Shit,
belt.
somebody
I love
somebody
the
get this
white
guy a
belt
blue
journey.
belt.
Yeah, right. No. I couldn't do that. I'd quit. I'd
Bro,
end up quitting if I got the blue belt. Come on.
I didn't get my blue belt for like 2 years, bro. Shit, how long
That's
you been a
about
white
long.
belt?
Yeah. I've been a white belt now. Let's in which art?
Yeah,
I've
just
done a couple.
jujitsu. Just
In
jujitsu.
just jujitsu, I've
Yeah.
been a white belt now. Let's see, I started. Let's see, I'm 38 now, so I started when I was about 11 years. Been a white belt 11
Shit,
years,
dude, what?
11 or 12 years, somewhere
That's
around there.
inhumane, bro.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but yeah, I can see how jujitsu really does okay, so now that you've used jujitsu against a non-compliant individual in a fight, does it make you more of a believer in jujitsu?
Oh yeah. Because if you don't know jujitsu at all, and you're going against somebody who knows a little bit of jujitsu, man, you're gonna have a huge disadvantage. Yeah, it's crazy being able to completely control somebody using it.
Mhm. What are some of the things you've ran into dealing with spazzy white belts?
Yeah, all these fucking young spazzy motherfuckers, dude. White belts, they're squirmy as fuck, and their heart rates are so damn high, dude.
Right, at least 150 the whole round. You know it.
Dude, yeah, and I'm 32 now, so like I'm trying to like not fucking go that hard. When you go like that, you gas out. you start to gas out, bro. And I learned early not to fucking be spazzy like that because I get too tired if I act like that. So shit, it can be a problem. But eventually, if there was more time, it would be an advantage for me to let them act like that. But the scrapyard is only 2-minute round, so sometimes I'll be in where I want to be, and then the bell will ring, and I'll be like, "Fuck."
Oh yeah. I mean, that is one of the problems with jujitsu. Sometimes you do need some time to work yourself into positions, especially when you're dealing with guys in no gi. You have a lot positioning becomes more important. You're somewhat limited on some of your submissions, especially at some of the amateur levels. Just because you can't do any real leg locks, we don't allow any twisting either, so that kind of limits some of the
Yeah, that's good.
submissions at the yard. Yeah,
Nobody want to
yeah.
blow anybody's knees out. That's for damn sure. That shit's crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you, especially when we're out there just kind of, trying to build people up, and it's an entry level to,
Yeah, yeah.
bigger things down the road.
We all got
But
jobs, but life
you've
to
been
go back.
making quite the name for yourself at the Scrapyard, going 6-0 now with a flawless record, bro. That's
Thank you.
super impressive. But let's talk about the title fight, man. Tell us about the night you won the 145 championship belt. What was going through your head when you got, offered the match? And then how did you feel when you won it?
We going back to the Punisher for this one?
Yes,
Like
sir.
when I
That's the
originally
one.
became the all right, yeah. So I just took out the map and I was feeling pretty confident. I saw the Punisher fighting and he got the belt. I was like, shit, I think I could beat this guy. And I got my friend Cody Sheldon. He's like, I think you can beat this guy too, bro. Let's do it. And I told Fire Chicken, I was like, yo, if I win this fight, can I fight the Punisher for the belt? And Fire Chicken was all for it. He thought it was a good idea. Shoot. Went through camp for that. And yeah, me and Cody went up there when my friend Steven got an Airbnb in Tacoma. Dude, that was sick. Had some sizzling fajitas the night before, dude. People
Oh,
are
you
like
had fajitas the night before?
people are like cutting weight and shit, and I'm like eating a whole fat ass meal, and I wake up the next day and I still weigh underweight, dude. And I was like 142 for a 145-pound fight. Shit. On a full belly, dude. That was
On a
good.
full belly. You're ready, prepared.
Yeah, yeah. I was ready, and I ate more too right after I weighed in. So shit.
Nothing like going into a match on a full belly, man. What was some of the training like leading up to that fight? Did you do
Yeah,
anything different? Because it's a title match, so the stakes are a little bit higher. Did you do anything different or add anything, take anything out?
shit. I've been running stairs a lot, dude. I've been running miles like around the blocks and shit. Been swimming a lot, hitting the sauna, dude. I changed my appetite. Like when I'm training like this, my appetite's crazy different. I don't crave sodas or nothing bad. None of this sugary shit. I like rice, noodles, chicken, dude, potatoes, any kind of proteins, straight up seafood, steak.
Mm.
Shit, bro. Eating real good, real lean. Yeah, and just doing hella rounds of jujitsu, just back to back to back till I'm freaking dead tired, dude.
Was that the game plan going into that title fight? Was to work your jujitsu and kind of grind him out and find the submission, or were you trying to keep it on your feet?
The Punisher, I was like, I think I can outbox this guy. So I wanted to stand up with him for a while. And my plan was to take him down in the last 10 seconds of that first round. And that's exactly what I did. I stood up with him the whole time and took him down at the end. Once I knew I could get him down, these guys, they always try to get you in a freaking guillotine, bro, when you try to take him down. Like,
Well, it's natural.
the last
Yeah.
guy I fought, freaking, what was his name? YPG. He's getting people in guillotines. The Punisher, I've seen him get guillotines. Shit, I've done it to people too, but so I knew I had to take him down without getting in a guillotine. And if I could do that, I knew I'd be all right. And it worked out. Yeah, I took him down 2 more times after that. Each round, 1 time.
Yeah. It was a great match for you.
Dude, he's an interesting guy. Like just standing there across the cage from somebody, looking right in their eyes, like shit, you don't know like what to expect, bro. It's such a crazy feeling.
Was there anything about that match that surprised you?
Yeah, every time I've ever fought somebody, when I punch them, bro, they fall on their ass or something. I lit the Punisher up, and he stayed up. He didn't. I did a
Mhm.
30 punch combo on that motherfucker, and he ate them all, dude.
He's a tough guy.
Yeah, yeah. I actually ended up breaking my pinky on his thick fucking skull, dude. He's got a hard head. Shit.
What's that Canadian, man? He's just a
Yeah.
tough Canadian woodsman, bro. And he's redheaded too, so he has that fire in him for sure. I've trained with the Punisher a couple times. I was actually surprised and impressed with his stand up ability. You know, especially his boxing. He has pretty decent hands for the amount of time that he's been training.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always find that he surprises a lot of people with that. He's a lot stronger than he looks too.
Yeah, I think he's pretty brave too. That's one thing you got to have is a sense of bravery,
Mm-hmm.
just this belief in yourself. That's the most intimidating thing I think anybody can have. You could be like you don't even have to be the biggest guy or nothing, but if you have that belief that you're gonna win, that's just an intimidating force.
Yeah, it is 100%. Confidence is key, especially in this game, man. How do you maintain your confidence now that you're the champion? You're currently 6-0. You have a target on your back. How are you? Does that kind of change how you prepare for things, or how are you dealing with that?
Yeah, when we first started at the Scrapyard, you don't get to pick who you fight. They just match you up with somebody who's there and willing to fight you. But now that I'm the champ, I'm kind of like have my eyes on people, or people got their eyes on me, and we come to an agreement. We know beforehand, we set it up. It's fucking dope, building that anticipation up to these fights. Such a crazy feeling. I don't know how else to describe it, man.
Yeah, I would say it's that if you're pre-matched, it's like the fights on your mind every single day leading up to that match, right? It's like
Every
everything
second.
you do once you know who your opponent is affects that match, and it's like it. At least that was my experience too, because sometimes you get matched and you have like 3 months. So for 3 months, I'm thinking about this guy. I'm thinking about that night. If I don't want to get up and go for a run, that guy's on my mind. If I freaking step outside my diet or some shit, I'm like, oh, well, I wonder if he did. Like everything you do will affect the outcome of that match. So I think having a pre-match just keeps it at the forefront. But also being matched at the event, since you don't know who you're gonna get, it kind of makes it to where you have to be prepared for anything.
Yeah,
So
that's a
that's
scary
something
feeling.
too. Yeah, yeah. And I don't know if a lot of people think of it like that, or if they're thinking like, hey, because you never know what people's goals are, and some people just want to go and do this for the excitement of it. Maybe they're not looking to make a career out of it, but they just want to have fun with it. So they're just like, hey, whatever happens on the day I show up is what happens. And then you get some guys that are really hungry and they're prepared for everything. And we've seen them come through the yard too. And man, when they get matched up with the wrong guy, it's scary sometimes.
Yeah, dude. Some guy coming in there to kill you, and then you're just in there just having fun. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's the fight game, man. And you'll find that at any organization, man,
Straight
especially at
up.
the amateur level. Guys want to dip their toes in and kind of see where they're at, and all of a sudden you get matched with a dude that's like, "Hey, I'm not checking. Like this is
It's
what
my
I'm going to
life,
do."
right?
Yeah.
Shit.
Exactly.
This is work. This is
Mhm.
business. Shit.
That's it.
It's
How are
legacy,
you
dude.
how are you viewing this? What's your future goals looking like for your MMA career, your combat sports career?
So after that last win, I said to myself, if I win this fight, I'm gonna start my amateur, career at the FCFF here at the Roseland Theater in Portland.
Great
So
event. It's a big event.
yeah, man, Rumble at the Roseland. I think that's my next
Yep.
fight, dude.
I
I'm
fought
gonna,
there a couple times. Awesome.
yeah, bro. That's where I'm headed right now, and
Shout out Kevin Keeney, man. Shout out Chell Sonnen. They're the ones that run that shit.
hell yeah,
That's
dude.
awesome. Yeah,
That's what,
that's one of the biggest amateur events in Portland or in Oregon, actually. So I think that's a great entry for you to get in there and really see where you're at.
yeah. I was figuring like if I lost that fight, to sign if I win it or if I lose it, they're both a sign. If I win, you know, maybe I have something here. Maybe I should go for it and keep fighting. If I lose, maybe I shouldn't, because if I can't beat this guy, shit, how could I beat anybody in an amateur fight, you know? But I got the green light from God, bro, and I'm gonna go for it.
Mhm.
We're gonna throw hands at the Roseland, dog.
Mhm. And
Shit.
I will say this, just kind of again being a little bit more experienced at this stuff, just from my observation and seeing the skill level and the skill sets that you face at the scrapyard, I would say you're gonna face about the same typically on the amateur level, depending on again what gym they're coming from, where they're at, what promotion it is. Typically with FCFF, you're going to probably be dealing with some guys from ATT, and they don't allow their guys to really compete until they're like 2 years in. So generally, when they have guys coming out, they have like 2 years of training underneath them. They're already like close to their blue belt, and they've been in rounds and sparring and all that stuff. So that's kind of like some of the differ that you're going to get compared to the scrapyard. Like you said, you may get some guy that just wants to check it out. At FCFF, you're going to get guys that are coming from gyms that are training. So the level is a little bit higher, but the experience level, like the actual in cage and fighting, you guys are right there. And I will say that actually is a big factor because in training, you can only emulate a match. Things are happening a lot faster in the match. There's adrenaline going, the crowd factor. You don't know how they're going to handle things underneath the lights and with all that pressure. And fights are chaotic, like anything can happen, bro. So
Yeah.
I would say keep that confidence high. I definitely think you can make a run on the amateur scene, especially with being as consistent as you are in your training.
Definitely, man. I'm excited to see where this takes me. Shit, I might have something here, you know. If not, that's cool. At least I'm gonna try, you know. You never know unless you try. Shit. Amen to that.
That's it right there, brother. What's a little lighter question? What's your favorite submission? What's your go-to?
My favorite submission, go to. Ooh, I've been getting people with the Peruvian necktie, dude. That one, they always try to shoot
That's
in
a
on me,
crazy submission, bro.
sprawl out on them, and then you got the head and arm and throw your legs over the back and the neck. Bam, right there. First
There
time I
you
ever tapped
go.
a black belt was with that one.
Yeah, he probably
I was like,
wasn't expecting it.
shit.
Yeah.
That guy always taps me every round. Freaking, I get tapped 2 or 3 times, and took me a couple years, like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and finally freaking tapped him with that. It was good. Shout out to
Mhm.
Rob. Shit.
Yeah, call him out too. Black belt Rob, bro. Got it. Didn't forget. That's a blue belt right there too, man. I
Yeah.
remember every black belt I tap out.
Isn't it crazy? Just when you're rolling with people way better than you, you're just absorbing information, dude. You're just
Mm.
learning and growing. Even when you're failing, even when you're losing, something about jujitsu, you're just constantly growing and getting better. As long as you're really into it and
Oh
you
yeah.
know being consistent, the growth you see it just like that, bro, in a
Yeah.
matter of
Well,
no time.
I like to tell like new people that jujitsu is a lot about spacing and leveraging. Now, right now, those are words to you, but as you continue on with this journey, you start to get like those words have meaning. There's a feel you develop. You know when you have the leverage point. You know when you have a submission when it's locked in. So I think as you're learning, like mentally, you're learning. Your body's also learning, and when your body starts reacting to, and you're starting to see things in the fray of the fight, then you get excited. You're like, oh shit, I'm actually able to set things up, and it starts to become like a nice chess game. And I think that's where like a lot of the excitement comes from when you're actually able to see that. First day, first 3 months, it's all about surviving. It's just like shit. I just need to be able to breathe,
For
right? But when
sure.
you get past that and you get a little bit of vision in the fray, then you're like, okay, I see it now. This is fun. I really get it.
Yeah, you're able to fight off that fatigue and lock in a submission or something. You start being more offensive. Yeah, feels great, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, especially like you said, if you can line up a submission, and it's like 2 or 3 moves ahead of the individual, and he just like walks that path, and you're like, yes, keep going, keep going. Then boom, you just sink it in without having to do any kind of hard finish or anything. He just like gave it to you. I think that's like about as beautiful as like setting up a clean strike or a head kick or something. Like sometimes those things are they come out of nowhere, but when you see like an actual artist be able to set that up and land it perfectly, like it's a beautiful thing to see.
Hey, Nate, I just got a notification on my computer, bro. It's about to die if I don't plug it in. So let me get a cord and plug it in. Put me on pause or something for a minute.
Yeah, you're good,
I'll
bro.
be right back. I just got to go find a cord.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. BRB.
BRB right now with Piper. He's gonna go find a cord for his computer real quick. We're gonna pull him on. At this point, guys, midway through the show, want to do a special shout out to. Let me get down here to my shout outs. Well, August 22nd, guys. I'll be at the Illinois Casino for the WFC event. I'll be cornering Damian Miller and his MMA debut. He'll be competing at 145. I believe it's going to be like the first match, something like that. So get your tickets now and get there early, and maybe we'll be able to, chalk it up before the event. I'll also be there to support Isaac El Lobo Gill. He'll be competing in his first ever championship match. So there's a title on the line there. So that's going to be a banger. Isaac, he's been on a roll lately. The kid is a freaking beast. I mean, really excited to see him compete on August 22nd as well. Also, what's happening on that date is the Scrapyard. They're going to be having their next events. So in order to see that, guys, you're going to need to get the live stream. That's available on the Scrapyard YouTube channel for only $4.99. Guys, it's five freaking bucks. You're going to get access to roughly at least on a conservative estimate here, 25 matches. Like 25 matches easily. Last event they had over 50. So yeah, guys, we're seeing so many people come out, and these events are so awesome. So make sure you head on over to the Scrapyard YouTube channel and purchase the stream live in order to see the next events. And we got the Pifer back. What's going on, bro? Hey, you're gonna have to hit your mute button because you're muted right now. I'm gonna unmute your mic. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah. We back.
There we go. Back here. Back again.
Bro, so
well,
a lot of this podcast talked about my career here at the Scrapyard, but I want to hear about your journey, bro. When'd you get into this shit? How'd you meet Steve? How'd you hear about this place?
Oh, well, so I think this past event was the third year that we've been associated with the Scrapyard. I originally went to the Scrapyard by myself. So pretty much here's how it happened. I used to train with this pro boxer back in, I don't know, like 5-6 years ago. And he was telling me about Street Beef. He was like, hey man, there's some online fighting stuff. And this is like before the Scrapyard was even out. This was like the raw Street Beef stuff. And he's like, oh, yeah, man, we should get out there on YouTube. And we kind of like joke about it. At that time, I was in an organization where the founder of that organization, my previous instructor, he was not very fond of competing in outdoor brawl type. He thought it was just not for his, he didn't want to be associated with it, essentially. So I never really pursued wanting to go and compete at any of that. I didn't really even look into it. Well, about 3.5 years ago, me and him had a bit of a falling out, and I started training at Columbia River Jiu-Jitsu. My buddy, he owns the gym. I used to cross train with him back when he was training at a gym that he ended up leaving. So he started up a gym I started training with them. He's like, hey, man, I need a striking coach. And I've been training martial arts for 28 years, primarily in striking. Like I said, I started Brazilian Jiu Jitsu about 11 years ago. He's like, yeah, I would like you to come on. I've already trained with them before. I was at my previous organization, I was already an instructor as well. So it was kind of like an easy transition to me start helping Columbia River Jiu Jitsu with their striking program. Well, both me and him, we don't have a whole lot of notoriety. And we're trying to build up our gym and our name. So we're coming up with ideas. And I happened to, think about street beefs again. So I ended up looking up, where it was at and came across the Scrapyard. And the Scrapyard just happens to be in Gig Harbor. And I'm like, hey, that's not too far away. Maybe I'll go. I hadn't competed in 8 years. Like, I was already done competing. But I was like, hey, since I'm coaching now full time, because I made a career transition from being a bar manager and bouncer and working all that crazy shit to transition out of that to become a martial art instructor. So I had that opportunity. So I was trying to help promote our gym, and I thought it would be a great way to help kind of get our name out there.
Definitely, dude. Definitely.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking like, hey, social media is picking up. This is how you advertise things now, blah, blah, blah. So I was expecting to go to the event and it just be like a ghetto ass event, to be honest. Like, I had a lot of pre-notions going to this event just because of like I said, the previous
definitely.
organization I was with, I used to fight for, FCFF2. All my competitions were at like these higher end amateur events.
Inside,
But yeah, but when I was younger, I used to do like, backyard fight stuff. And, when you're kind of in the nightlife type stuff, like, you're no stranger to like the violence and ghetto shit. So I was okay with it. But when I showed up, like the community, it was so surprising. I was like, everybody here is very welcoming. I met a lot of independent fighters. I met a lot of like-minded individuals that share a passion for martial arts, and I've always been passionate about martial arts. It's been kind of like the hub of my life. Like I've done a lot of crazy stuff, and I've lived kind of a reckless life, but martial arts has always kind of kept me somewhat grounded. I think if I
amen.
didn't have this and the discipline that comes with this, I would be, an even shittier person than I was.
Definitely, I think that every day. Definitely.
Yeah, and it's amazing that I've been able to find a community and be able to share this with these guys, because I've come across a lot of guys like this where we need to have an outlet like this that has all these core principles that are positive, and an outlet that's positive instead of drinking or snorting or whoring or whatever,
Yeah,
which is that's typically the outlet a lot of
yeah, definitely.
rambunctious guys go towards. And I was no different, man. But when I found but because of martial arts and because I've had the opportunity to kind of get into this new role, I took it serious. And, after meeting Steve, Fire Chicken, and, getting to cross train with him and do some training with him, and me and him just kind of really kicking it off and becoming friends and developing this really nice friendship. And, the fact that we're a gym and I've been able to provide training for a lot of these independent fighters that we have found from the Scrapyard as well. It's been a great relationship for the both of us. We've been able to help provide, like I said, training for independent fighters and support them on their amateur careers. And build a competition team. It's been great for our business. And yeah, man, I can't say enough good things about the community and the event itself. So that's what kind of got me into the Scrapyard, and why I continue to help to like support it and continue to be a part of it is mainly because of the community. Like I said, it started out as me trying to gain some notoriety, but what keeps me in it is the fact that it's you guys. It's meeting guys like you that are like, hey, man, you love doing this. I love doing this shit too. you know? I think you're muted again. Yeah, you're muted again, brother. Oh, maybe I just talk too much. I can't hear you. Ooh, we're getting that technical difficulties. Let me see here. This is all normal podcasting stuff, guys. This is what happens when you go live. Yeah, that one. Unmute, mute, unmute. Oh no. Let's see. Maybe if I pull you off, pull you back on. Anything? No with the mute. No. Hey, it's all good, man. Well, hey, these things happen, guys. I want to give a special thanks to Nick Pifer for taking the time to do this podcast with me tonight. I look forward to seeing him back out at the Scrapyard. 145 champ, MMA, currently 6-0. A lot of big things in the future for Nick. So be on the lookout, guys. It's too bad and we weren't able to get any shout outs or anything from Nick. But I'm gonna jump on real quick. I'm gonna put his social media up in the comments over here. I want you guys to go over and give him a follow, man. Let me see this real quick. Bang bang. We got all this stuff right here. All right, cool. Boom. All right. So yeah, head on over to Nick's Facebook there and give him a follow. Like I said, guy 6-0, current 145 champ, has a bright future. He's looking to continue on with this journey. So it'd be nice, to kind of follow that and see where it goes. And well, that's going to conclude us for tonight. Like I said, guys, August 22nd, I'll be at the Illinois Casino doing some cornering and enjoying the event. Also, what's happening on August 22nd is the Scrapyard event. Be sure to head on over to their Facebook channel, purchase the live stream. $4.99, guys, gives you access to all the previous events, all the fights that are already edited that haven't been released to the public yet. You get first viewing at those, so it's well worth the $5, guys. And that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.